Today we're going to review the GVM 1200D light kit. This is a really powerful 50-watt panel that can take your videos from something like this to this with just a flick of the switch. The GVM 1200D lighting kit includes 2 light panels, 2 power packs, 2 stands, a manual, and the GVM carrying case. To start with, we are in rotate mode. That's the full manual mode. The dial on the left is the brightness, and it pretty much always changes the brightness of the light regardless of the mode that we're in. On the right is a dial and button, and this changes between CCT, hue, saturation, and scene modes, okay? So right now we are in the CCT mode, which is the bicolor lighting, and you'll notice, you can see this number here, that's the 3200 Kelvin. That's the color scale of this light, and this is sort of a warm light, sort of like you would have in a home. If we turn the dial here, this will change here, and you'll notice we're starting getting into a more neutral light, all the way into sort of a cool or cool blue light. If we push this button, now we're going into hue mode, and this is the RGB mode, and you'll notice we've got this really intense red, and if I turn the dial on this side, you'll notice that we'll go through the color scale here, sort of the orange to yellows to greens, to the green blues, into the light blues, getting a little bit more intense blue, into purple, into the pinks, and we'll come right back to that bright red. And on this side is the brightness, and you can see we can take that intensity down if we like. If we push the button again, this will take us into the saturation mode, and this is basically taking those RGB panels and infusing light into it, or white. And what happens here is we can sort of change the intensity of the red, and you'll notice as we start coming down here, we're getting into more of a pink shade. We go a little bit further, we're starting to get into like a rose color. And then if we go all the way down here, you'll notice it's almost like white light with just a hint of sort of that little pink. If we push the button again, we're back to where we were. Now, here's another cool feature is we have the scene mode. Would hold the button down for 3 seconds. All right, and you'll notice immediately we're seeing this is lightning strikes. All right, again, you can turn the brightness down on these if you want to sort of fit your needs. All right, we push the button again. This will be police car mode, like police cars are outside. Push it again. This will take us to candlelight, sort of giving it like a little nice dinner scene. Push it again. And this is TV mode. It'll sort of simulate like a TV going on in the background. This mode, number 5, is bad bulb. This sort of makes it look like a bulb is going bad, and we can change the color scale here like we could before. This is sort of the warm light, and if we turn this over, we'll go more to that sort of like a bluish light. Push it again. Now this is party, and in this mode, we can change the intensity. Right now, everything's happening really fast. We turn this dial, we can sort of slow it down, and then we can push the button again. And this is disco, so it's a little bit more intense, a lot more action going on here. Same thing, we can sort of slow down the intensity of it. All right, we push again. This will be paparazzi mode. Looks like a bunch of camera flashes going off. Now here's another really cool feature here. We go over to the functions on this side. Right now where I said we're in full manual mode, but we can change that. We push the mode button here. This will put us into slave mode, which we'll get to in a moment. And this will switch us into master mode. Now you notice how this light immediately change colors and its brightness. This is actually already preset to be a slave for this master light. So this is basically the master or main light, and this is the slave or the secondary light. So basically everything this light does, or any of 12 lights that you have hooked up to this system, will change with it. So like if I take this intensity and brightness down, you'll notice both lights dim down equally. All right, if I switch to the hue mode, you'll notice these lights both start changing. So if I change the color on this light, they both change together. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you are, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. It really does help me out. Let's get back to it. And download the GVM2 app. And once you get that, you're going to open it up. You'll get this sort of welcome screen here. It's going to take a moment or two. Now, this light here is going to be my main light. I have that at app and channel 1. And this light here is set up as a slave, channel 2. And that's the way you're going to have to set these up. And you're going to get in here, it's going to say connect Bluetooth, and you're going to go to BT LED or Bluetooth LED light. Makes it really easy. All right. And we're in. Now, with this, you'll see that you can just sort of change the lights, the intensity, the brightness, right here on the app. We can change the saturation if we want. All right, right on the app. Everything is really easy to do. It's like basically full manual control like we would have on the back of the panel, but through the app. If we want to change the scene mode, you just go ahead and click there. You can hit lightning, candle, party, paparazzi, and we have all that functionality to change the intensity of those lights if we want. We can switch over to CCT. That'll get our bicolor lighting. All right, and we can change the Kelvin of the light. We can change the brightness of the light. We can even turn that light off if we want. Okay, now we want to change and adjust the other lights. So let's put this light back on. Let's put this into a nice color. All right, perfect. Now, we're going to go over here to channel. You're going to hit channel 2. And you saw how that light just popped. And now we have both lights working together. And then we just go back. So we've set this light. We can go over here. And we'll change the other one. And we can make that brighter. Perfect. We can change that to a scene if we want. Paparazzi, whatever. App control is really simple. It's really easy to use. The build quality here, I think they've stepped up a little bit from even the 1000D. This aluminum plate here is nice and solid. Overall, the bracket's nicer. The barn doors are a little thicker. The stand is a major improvement versus the 1000D. Definitely a lot more stable, all the way up to about 6.5 feet. Definitely, I don't feel like this stand is going to tip over in any way. We got a really nice spread of the legs. So overall, I think they did a great job there. Inside, you can see we have tons of LEDs in here. It's a little bigger. It's nice dispersion of light. It's brighter. Overall, functionality here, I think they've done a fantastic job. So I definitely think, especially for a medium to big size space, this 1200D, definitely worth buying. I do want to send a special thanks to GVM for sending me this light so I could do the review for you. Thank you very much, GVM. If you have any questions regarding this video or the GVM 1200D, do me a favor, leave me a comment down below. I will try to get back to you within about 24 hours. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe down below. You know it totally blows my mind. It gets me super excited to produce this content for you. But until that next video, I'm out.